Welcome back to Motive for Money. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button for more insightful content. In today's video, we're diving into a very important topic: work from home scams. With the rise of remote work, many people are searching for opportunities to work from home, but unfortunately, not all offers are legitimate. In this video, we've compiled clips from various individuals who share their experiences and expertise on what to look out for to avoid falling victim to these scams. From red flags to common tactics used by scammers, this video will equip you with the knowledge you need to stay safe while searching for remote jobs. So, let's jump right in and learn how to protect ourselves from work from home scams.
I feel embarrassed. It's true. It happened to me. It could happen to you. Let me tell y'all what happened. So my ass, is on Indeed, ZipRecruiter, applying to all the jobs in the entire motherfucking world to try to get a job because I have to support myself now. So I need money. Girl, so tell me why. I get this fucking text message about the best opportunity in the motherfucking world. And you know what? Not thinking about it. Actually, it's not even my fault yet, but $25 an hour, remote work, $20 an hour for training. I was like, oh, this is lit. Cool. So the interview was over Skype. And here comes the red flag, y'all. It wasn't a Skype video. It was Skype text, like messaging. And so our entire interview was just pure messaging. And like, they essentially got like this really big, like transportation company. Not gonna say who it is, but that's I guess who they like try to play as. Explain the position to me as if they know it left, right, and center. And then I was like, cool. And then they had me answer like 10 questions. I'm a good interviewer, so regardless of the fact, I aced those fucking questions if it was a real job. And so long story short, they kind of like hired me that same day, kind of like same hour kind of vibe. Explain to me like that, like I need to essentially like not pay for stuff, but like they're gonna send me a check to essentially buy all the office material. I'm like, you know what? That sounds legit, I think. Anyways, I get my fucking offer letter. I sign that shit. They gave me like all this like government documents and I have to send in like all this government document shit. Red flags because like the recruiter, y'all gonna be so mad. Tell me why the recruiter's email was fucking recruiting teammate 234@hotmail.com. Yo, I'm literally a dumbass, but I'm so desperate for a job. Kill me. Anyways, this morning basically was like, oh, sorry, we can't send in the check. There's like a problem with like FedEx. We can't send the check over FedEx. If you can please, we can essentially like send you a copy of it. You can print it out and essentially like mobile deposit it. And I already know that's a scam because I already been down this route of like mobile deposit scams once before. And I was like, oh, I just got scammed. Anyways, now I have this like security hold for like a whole year on my social security. So just in case that they fucking use it, it has to be approved by me first. So hopefully that is okay. And I mean, at the end of the day, like I didn't waste any money, nothing. I mean, other than my time, but be careful, y'all. These remote work jobs, they're here to scam. They're here to scam. And if you're vulnerable and desperate like me, you can get caught into it. I'm sorry.
FYI, text interviews are not a real thing. And if a recruiter tries to schedule an interview with you that's happening entirely over text message or WhatsApp or Signal, it's a scam. Phone interviews are real. Zoom, Skype, Teams interviews, those are real. Obviously, in-person interviews are real too. But text interviews, usually a scam. More and more scammers are using WhatsApp lately, and they often pretend to be messaging you on behalf of a real company. And this is a terrible job market, and it's really, really hard to find a job, and so a lot more people are falling for it. Now, this isn't to say that getting a WhatsApp message or a text message from a recruiter is an automatic red flag. I usually try to schedule everything with candidates over email first, but occasionally there's a time crunch, and I'm trying to get this scheduled as quickly as possible, and so I'll text the candidate. And for a lot of recruiters that are hiring internationally, WhatsApp is the messaging platform of choice. That said, the interviews themselves should never happen over text message. At some point, you should be talking to someone over the phone, over video.
First, we heard from a young man who shares his experience of falling victim to a work from home scam. After applying for jobs on Indeed and ZipRecruiter, he was contacted by a scammer who conducted the interview via text through Skype. He was promised a check to buy equipment and asked to provide personal information. Fortunately, he realized it was a scam when he was prompted to print and mobile deposit the check. He immediately put a lock on his social security number and avoided financial loss. He reflects on how desperation for a job led him to ignore the warning signs. Next, a recruiter emphasizes that legitimate job interviews will involve talking to someone over the phone or a video call application like Zoom. Text interviews are a major red flag. She highlights how the tough job market has made more people susceptible to these scams, underscoring the importance of being vigilant. These clips serve as crucial reminders to be cautious and thoroughly vet any job offers that seem too good to be true. Always make sure to verify the legitimacy of the company and the interview
Your starting
process.
salary is $80,000 per year. No freaking way. You'll be working from home and setting your own schedule. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. We're also gonna send you a $2,000 check so you can buy yourself a MacBook for the job. I promise I will not let you down. Hey, we accidentally sent you a check for $2,500 instead of $2,000. That's okay, I can just send $500 back. Hi, this is your bank calling about a check you deposited. Oh, yeah, I used the money to buy a new MacBook for my job. Oof, I am so sorry, sir. Right? $2,000 and I can't even play games on this damn thing. No, sir, that check was fake and you owe us $2,500.
Do not apply for jobs on Indeed. Because if you apply for a job on Indeed, it's a good chance, not every time, but it's a 95% chance that that job is a scam. If you are going to apply for a job on Indeed, I highly recommend you only apply to jobs that allow you to apply on the company site. Because if not, you're going to be receiving all types of emails and phone calls from jobs that you didn't apply for, hearing from people that you don't want to hear from. It's almost like they turn into bill collectors. So if you're going to apply for a job, do it. And I'm not saying don't use Indeed. All I'm saying is, please make sure to actually go to the company website.
These clips are interesting. We have a man who humorously performs a skit to illustrate how he fell for a fake check scam. He shares how he was promised a check for $2,000, but when the check arrived, it was for $2,500. The scammer claimed it was a mistake and asked him to send back $500. Shortly after, a bank representative called to inform him that the check was fake, leaving him owing the bank the full $2,500. Following this skit, another man offers a practical piece of advice. While searching for jobs on platforms like Indeed, it's possible to encounter scams. To avoid falling into these traps, he suggests applying directly through the company's official website. This added step can help ensure that you're engaging with legitimate employers and not scammers. These stories highlight the importance of being cautious and verifying the authenticity of job offers, especially when money is involved. Always be skeptical of checks sent out of the blue and double-check job postings on reputable company sites to avoid these pitfalls.
I got scammed on Indeed. I never thought that would happen to me. So I was really needing a job. Oh my God, I was looking up like entry level, no experience jobs. I found this job, entry level events coordinator. Sounded like you were just gonna like help set up events. I applied for the job. They liked my application and they wanted to do a Zoom interview with me. So I go on the Zoom interview. It's literally just this guy talking. He just sent every candidate that link and they're like, yeah, so if you got this, just fill out this like survey thing. They were making it sound like we were like very good candidates, like we made it to the next round. I filled out the survey and they respond back to me within like a day. They're like, we loved your application. We want to do like a second round of Zoom interviews. So I go in the Zoom interview and I was expecting it to just be me and the interviewer, and I open it and there's like another girl in there. So they're interviewing both of us at the same time. I was like, okay, that's a little weird. The guy who's interviewing us is wearing like a suit. Like he looks like super professional. He starts asking us questions and bitch, I don't know what the fuck he's saying. Like, all these corporate words and terms that I don't know. And I was BSing so hard. Like I could literally tell when I was doing the interview, there's absolutely no way they're gonna pick me out over this bitch. She's literally professional. She's older than me. And he starts explaining the job job is basically saying that we're gonna like start off entry level and then we're gonna move up. We'll eventually be like a manager in like a few months. And I'm like, I thought this was an events assistant. Like, what is the job you're describing? They kept asking me if I had questions, and I was just like making up the most random questions. I was like, so do you guys like hang out? Like, I was asking like dumb ass questions. And he kept emphasizing how they have like a really good like bond within their company. They always do events and trips and stuff. Throughout the interview, he was just explaining a job that was like completely different than the one that I applied for. I'm like too nice. I didn't want to like stop him and be like, I don't think this job's for me. I just like kept going with it. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, I definitely think that I would be perfect for this role. I was just like spitting random bullshit. I'm just such a people pleaser in that aspect. Like, I could not like stop him and say that I don't want to do this job, so I just kept going with it. But I was saying such bad answers. I was like, there is no way I'm getting this job. So after the interview, I'm like, whatever, like, I don't think they're gonna call me back. Bitch, tell me why they call me back. Congratulations, you've made it to the 3rd round of interviews. This is a phone interview. He starts asking me more questions, more corporate ass questions that I don't know the answers to. He then puts me on hold for 15 minutes. I'm like, you're talking to the team right now? Why is it taking so long? After the 15 minutes, he's like, yeah, so sometimes when we have these calls, they don't always go the way that we expect. And I was like, oh, thank God. He's like, but this isn't one of those calls. Congratulations, we'd like to offer you the position. I'm like, no fucking way. There's no way this man just offered me a job. I was so put on the spot. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm so excited to start. I was really sketched out by this job because I was like, okay, but I fucking bombed that interview. There is no way that they are giving me the job right now. It felt like they were like mocking me. I was like, is this a prank? Go online. I look up the company. I cannot find any information about it. They had to go to the recruiter's LinkedIn, find a bunch of stuff. I finally found their website. Their website looks so sketchy. It said they have all these Fortune 500 clients. None of them were listed. They talked about how their team was so close and they do all these trips and events. There isn't a single picture of any of their employees. End up telling the job that I just got another opportunity. They were like so insistent on me working there. And I'm just like thinking what would have happened if I showed up to the place. Because I looked up the place on a map and it looked kind of sketchy.
So I've talked about this before on my platform about job scams, but they have gotten out of control, especially with all the layoffs happening. So I want to show you how to protect yourself. Job scams have tripled since 2019, so since COVID started in 2020, and people started working remotely a lot more. It has tripled since 2019, okay? These are the way that they're scamming you. They will go through a whole interview process with people that you can see on LinkedIn that have real pictures and real profiles, because they actually create dupe profiles of people who actually work at the company on LinkedIn, reach out to you on LinkedIn, get you to interview, go through the whole interview process, which is usually pretty fast, right? The interview process is really, really quick. They're pushing you through the interview process really fast. How do you know it's a scam? Because at the end of the interview process and they give you the offer, they ask you to purchase your own equipment and then they will reimburse you. That is 100% always a scam. So they get you to buy expensive equipment, so like phones, laptops, iPads, and you have to mail it to their IT department so they can put special software, and then they'll reimburse you for that. And so then you buy these products, you mail it to this random address, and you're never gonna see that money again, and you're never gonna see those products again. It's gone. Any company that's asking you to pay anything out of pocket, don't do it. It is a scam. Save yourself the worry. And what if it's not a scam? Do you want to take the risk? I would say it's better to be safe than sorry. It sucks that they are using this for job seekers who are really vulnerable right now, but please do not fall for things that are very obvious scams. It's hard.
Woman says she applied for a job on Indeed and was scammed. She attended a Zoom interview. She applied for events coordinator, but during the interview, he was talking about a different position. She felt like she bombed on the interview. She did so bad, she didn't think she had a chance of getting hired. After she got the job, she then visited the website. She stated that the website made it seem as though the company was a scam. Woman shares that job scams can be advanced. She says you're instructed to buy equipment and send the equipment to them so that special software can be installed. She says that people fall for the scam because the interview process seems legit because you actually go through the interview process. She states that the interviewers even have LinkedIn profiles.
Yo, I thought about being a scammer one day until I realized how much work they put in. So one of my homeboys, he be going crazy. I'm talking about he hitting 20, 30K a play. I'm like, hey, bro, put me on. He like, all right, bet. I thought you would never ask. He was like, Have a seat. So he was like, look, bro, we're going to need a proxy server. We're going to need blanks. We're going to need dumps. And bro, you're going to want to write this down. Write this down? Is this a class? I'm like, hey, bro, that's a lot of work. He like, nah, bro, that's not even it, bro. You're going to want to write this down and study it because it takes a lot of practice to really get it. I said, bro, why don't we just go to college? No. You're telling me I have to take Intro to Scamming 3201 to get this down? With the possibility of...
In the final clip, we heard a man share a humorous yet insightful story about his brief consideration of becoming a scammer. He talks about a friend who is making several $1,000s per month by scamming people. Intrigued by the seemingly easy money, he told his friend he wanted to learn how to scam. To his surprise, his friend explained that scamming actually required a lot of work and learning. Realizing there was no such thing as easy money and that he could end up in prison, he decided against it. He concluded that he'd be better off going to college than risking his freedom and integrity. This story is a lighthearted reminder that shortcuts and easy money often come with significant risks and consequences. It's always better to pursue honest, hard work and invest in legitimate opportunities for long-term success and security. Thanks for watching this video on work-from-home scams. I hope these stories and insights help you navigate the job market more safely and effectively. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Motive for Money for more content like this. Don't forget to visit our website at motiveformoney.com for additional resources. Your comments are always appreciated and may be featured in future videos. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.